Hey folks, Kilt-Man here. Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? Hope you're all doing very, very well. Now, Kilt-Man is exasperated. Exasperated. In other words, he's fucking pissed off. And it's something and nothing. With all the way the world is going to rat shit right now. Without going into too much details and being political, Starmer, illegal immigrants, massive Islamic crimes in the UK, New York, Sharia law, it's coming your way, NYC. I love New York. Escape from New York to become very, very popular very soon. No, what's pissing me off right now, and has done for the last 2 days, yesterday and all of today, is people messaging me like, oh my God, you must be made up. John Carpenter's doing The Thing 2, or The Thing Part 2, or something about Mary, and all the other different variations people have lovingly come up with. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. This is a quote from Expo 95. No, 25. We're going back. He probably said it back then as well. And he said, flippantly, as John Carpenter always does, oh yeah, and The Thing Part 2, yeah, we're working on it. It's in development. It's a flippant, stupid remark. They're not working on The Thing 2. They're not doing it. Bumhouse, I should say. I should rephrase myself. Bumhouse, what comes out of bums, remind me? Shit. And Bumhouse fucked up Halloween, as far as I'm concerned, certainly. And many other bloody movies, and The Wolfman, and The Exorcist, and Anyway, they have always wanted to get their hands into The Thing and Escape from New York. Now, not just Bumhouse, but many other people have tried to get Escape from New York, a reboot, a sequel, a third part, or whatever, have tried and failed dismally. And I'm here to pour scorn on all of those rumours, because The Thing 2 is not in the works. It's not in development. Carpenter is busy with soundtracks, more albums, live tours, and the big new TV show that he's exec producing. He is not doing The Thing 2. And if I see someone else like, oh my God, Carpenter writing The Thing 2. He didn't write The Thing 1. Bill Lancaster wrote The Thing. Carpenter had a lot of say in it, obviously, but he didn't write the script. Carpenter is not that dynamic when it comes to script writing. I'm sorry, but he's not. You guys know as well as I do, he's my favourite director, the demigod. But he peaked and then fucking took a massive nosedive. Fucking crashed and burned. For me, Prince of Darkness is a mess. It's a bloody awful movie. It's got atmosphere, I'll give it that. And you guys all love it, I know. And you all want me to do the big review of Prince of Darkness. I did write an essay-length review of that for AV Forums. Whether that review still exists online, you may be able to find it, I don't know. But I don't like the movie. I want to, I try to, but I can't embrace it, because there's so many shit elements to it. So many directorial naffness that I just can't embrace it at all. However, In the Mouth of Madness, I absolutely adore. Body Bags, yeah, I like that. The Ward, I like it. Ghosts of Mars, no, I can't go too far with this. Vampires, no, I hate vampires. Hate it. It's just utter garbage. So what I'm saying is, like, and Village of the Damned, let's put that in there as well. Village of the Damned has some nifty little moments, but it's still a really cack and inconsequential adaptation. Carpenter, 70s, early 80s, the master. He dominated as far as I'm concerned. And his movies from that period, Dark Star, Something Plissken 13, Halloween 2. Yeah, Rick Rosenthal directed it, but it's Carpenter's hallmark all over it. Halloween 3 is still John Carpenter all over it. The Thing, Escape from New York. Escape from LA. Oh, God, no. We'll come on to that in a minute, though. Big Trouble in Little China, Christine. These are all fantastic movies. Starman is outstanding. Love it, love it. But he peaked and then fucking crashed. And we all know, all of you John Carpenter buffs, I know so many of you are. I'm really like fucking angsty, aren't I? I do apologise, but you know. But I'm sick of these fucking messages telling me, oh God, The Thing too. And I stopped, well, to be honest, I didn't even bother replying to the vast majority of people. I just couldn't be arsed. I thought, you're all wrong. I'll do a video on this. And I was going to do this video last night, but I got sidetracked and it never happened. And I thought, oh, it might die down. No! It got worse today. Worse and worse and worse. And irony being, my son went to see The Thing last night with his mates down the road at our local flea pit. And he's seen The Thing at the flicks more times than I ever saw it. And I saw it when it first came out in the UK. 1982. I saw it back then, you know, and championed it. The only fucker that was championing it. But anyway, so I've had another day of a deluge, a tsunami of people sending links to this and to that. And what are these links to? They're links to Facebook sites, horror sites, bullshitty sites full of clickbait. They're all clickbait. It's like one of these things, if you're into Jaws, and this is the one that really gets me all the time. You know, you got Jaws, there's several Jaws fan sites and the official daily Jaws thing. And you got, I want all the Jaws fans to check in now. Have you seen the name that's put that up there? From Stan. You know, his name isn't Stan. It's Mohammed, whatever, and they're putting that shit up there, and the dickheads, the hundreds of dickheads, you troll through it, and you see like oh, I'm from Seattle, oh, I'm from Boston, oh, I'm from Johannesburg, I'm from, you know, and I love Jaws, maybe, and they're getting all these fucking people to sign up, you know, and well, they're just names that they're gonna put on a list somewhere. It's absolute bullshit. So much of the world is so bloody blinkered, sheepy people. I'm fucking hating it. It's getting me really, really annoyed now. And now AI is hitting the thing I love most, movies. The very thing that we knew it was going to do. Oh, I don't mind them taking off politicians. I don't mind that. They're fucking lampoons and buffoons anyway. So you can't make them look any more ridiculous than they do in reality. But now AI is now taking the piss out of my heroes because, oh, The Thing 2. Loads of depictions of what could be in The Thing Part 2. And all these dickheads are like going, oh yeah, oh, so these two, oh, it's 40 odd years later on, so maybe they're still there and they can be defrosted. I'm like, are you fucking for real? Having said that, Blumhouse could do a version like that. The Thing 2 is not happening with John Carpenter. It's not happening. He may well say, Carpenter does this all the time. He's done it for the last 20 odd years. You know, fan fucking exhibitions, you know, conventions and that. Like, he's done it a million times. I love Big John. I love him. That sounds really awful. It sounds like a fucking thing from Halloween Kills as well, and I really do not like that. But he often says these things because he's sick of answering these questions. So he is verbal clickbait. He'll say things. Oh yeah, it's in the works. We're doing this. We're developing it now. He doesn't mean it. Get your heads around the fact he's not doing The Thing 2. He can't write The Thing 2. Ooh, John Carpenter, if he writes it, it's going to be amazing. No, it'll be shit. Because look at the films he did afterwards, after his big peaky domain. They were shite, you know. I still love Big John. I'd love him to come back to directing, and yet I don't want him to, because I know that his heart is no longer there. It isn't there. You look at that decline of his movies, his passion, his out there sort of outrage at authoritarianism, his poking the finger, putting that up to the man. Snake Plissken, the epitome of all of that. Even Michael Myers to a huge degree. Assault on Precinct 13. Everything that he did was against the system. And then, of course, the system embraced him. You're making money, so we're going to give you money to make our movies for us. And then The Thing flopped. And then they turned on him big time. And then his films massively, by and large, flopped. You know, Big Trouble in Little China, Jack Burton. I mean, it's an absolute mega classic. We all love, you know, Big Trouble in Little China. But even the studios went like, ah, fuck that. We've got no idea what this story's all about. And they completely fucked the whole thing up. The whole marketing campaign was a disaster. And the film was a massive, massive flop. Oh, huge now with all of us. Yeah, we love it. But John Carpenter's name, you know, to all of us is great. It's wonderful. But you look how he dovetailed into like just mediocre, middle of the road, naffness, with a few little elements. As I say, In the Mouth of Madness, I'm a big, big fan of that movie. I think it's a great Lovecraftian story. I love the way they take in like Stephen King and all that. And I love Sam Neill. I love Julie Carmen in other movies, but not in that movie. There's a terrible, terrible line delivery that she gives. I'm losing me, she says, like, because she's being written out of the book and all that, Sutter Kane. And it's so diabolically bad. But beyond that, I love the movie. Even with its sort of like, the effects, the prosthetics, the monster effects aren't the best. When you've had you've had Rob Bottin doing the effects for The Thing. And then you get whoever did the effects for In the Mouth of Madness, and I've forgotten who they were, but they're nowhere near the same level. But its level of eeriness is spectacular, and I do love it. Anyway, so The Thing 2, folks, is not happening with John Carpenter. John Carpenter, if it does ever happen, he will exec produce, he'll lend his name to it, he may even do the soundtrack. And we all know he didn't do the soundtrack for The Thing. Ennio Morricone did it. How many videos have I done about that? But that's not the issue. It's not the issue. The Thing 2, or The Thing Part 2, is not happening with John Carpenter. He is not in development. He is not working on it. If it suddenly comes out tomorrow, oh, big news, John Carpenter's directing and writing The Thing Part 2, I'll be like, oh. And I will hang my head in shame and go, oh my fucking Christ, John, you twat. Anyway, but it wasn't just that. It was Escape from Chicago. There is a really incredibly naff AI picture of John Carpenter and Kurt Russell holding Snake Plissken's eye patches like that, you know, together, the two of them. And like, what's this? Is this a hint? This is the clickbait bullshit which I've been sent. As much The Thing 2 stuff, I got this as well. The Thing and Escape from New York are my two favourite movies of all time. You guys know this. Snake Plissken is my favourite character of all time. And so everyone know, oh God, Kilt-Man's gonna fucking cream his kilt on this one. He's gonna fucking wet his knickers on this. And I saw it all, and I thought, this is absolute shit. For one thing, that picture of Kurt Russell and John Carpenter, well, that's not John Carpenter. That's an AI version of John Carpenter. If anything, it's took a few years off him. Carpenter looks like he's just been dug up, you know. and he's got the long silvery hair and the big fucking tash and all that. But that is not the guy in that picture holding the eye patch up. It's not happening. Escape from Chicago is not happening. So what, a prequel? You know, like, it's Cleveland you're meant to be talking about, not Chicago. And Escape from Earth, well, we all know that kind of, the ideas, some of the ideas from that morphed into Ghost from Mars, which was a diabolical mess. Even though Statham's in there, you know. I love Statham. So, we're not going to get The Thing Part 2 anytime soon from John Carpenter. And I don't want it to happen. I don't want a Thing Part 2. Seriously, you know, you guys go, oh, but I want to see more of Kettles, I want to see more of McCready, I want to see more of Childs, I want to see more. Oh, you got the comic books that came afterwards. You got the game that came afterwards, which are meant to be canon and all that. Like, why mess with a film that's a fucking masterpiece? Why? They did the prequel. Do we all rave about the prequel? I'm sorry. I can't hear you. No, I can't. No one raves about the fucking prequel. It's got moments which are okay. It's not that bad. But that's not a real good recommendation. Oh, it could have been so much worse. But it's not fucking worthy of The Thing. It's not worthy at all. The Thing stands alone as a masterpiece of paranoia, of horror, of terror, claustrophobia, and shape-shifting, just pure, horrifying terror. It was lightning in a bottle. You will not get that again. It oft emulated, but you won't capture it again. So you do a sequel to it. What are you going to do? You're going to take over the world? You're going to do it with the comics? Then you're going to go to New Zealand? Or where is it? Oh, no, it was Argentina originally. Then I think it was New Zealand and Australia. I got all the comics, and they really went like that. They were fucking awful. You would think that in the comic book medium, artists' renditions, the artist's mind, and put the stuff on paper, you could do things which even movies, even with CGI, can't do. But it was really boring. So the same old tentacles, the same old things. I think that the most impressive thing in the comics was a face on the floor, slithering around on a sidewalk, slithering along like that. And we've seen that now in the substance. That's happened. So that wouldn't even be new now. So where would you go with a Thing movie? Would you turn it more claustrophobic? Would you take it to like the White House maybe? Who can we trust? Fucking nobody. We already know that. So where would you go with it? To take it to an urban environment? Oh wow, that would be just. Well, would it? Would it? It'd just be like a fucking, a tsunami of. I'll make it sound great now. A tsunami of tentacles and people being assimilated, but no, it's not going to happen. And people want, oh God, to see like Kurt Russell and Keith David again. I always get Keith David and David Keith. They're both real actors. Keith David, Childs. To see them two again, it would be amazing. They're not going to fucking do it. Don't be stupid. And what are you going to do? You're going to get, Wyatt Russell, Kurt Russell's son. No, he's a dead ringer. He's not a dead ringer. He's receding. He's fucking going bald. Whereas his dad is still maintained his mane of hair. I'm very animated about this because I'm fucking sick to death of people fucking telling me, oh God, you must be made up. I'm not made up. It's bullshit. Stop fucking telling me how I should feel. And I don't want a Thing to. I don't want any more sequels to it. I don't fucking want it. The Thing is perfect as it is. And Escape from New York, and I've said a million times over and again and again and again and again, you can do an old Snake Plissken with Kurt Russell. That can happen. It won't, but it can happen. Escape from LA, which I fucking thing is a pile of shit. But King Kurt is still great in it. And there's some great visuals. But other than that, it's a hokey pile of crap, which Carpenter didn't want to do in the first place. He didn't want to do it. And Kurt Russell only said, like, oh, I'll do it if I can fit into the combat pants, the Siberian combat pants. If I can fit into them, I'll do it. Oh, shit, I can. Damn it, I've got to do it now. And it's utter garbage. It's a parody of the original movie, Escape from New York. It's a parody of that. It's a pantomime version. Let's play the music to Escape from New York. Let's do it. Let's get in here. I'm not going to keep you much longer. I'm too annoyed to fucking be arsed, to be honest with you. Kurt Russell turns the world back to the Stone Age with the fucking, whatever the fucking device is. I can't even remember. I don't care what it's fucking called. Let's turn the sound up a bit. Escape from New York, Escape from LA, Snake Plissken. It's a Western. Plissken is a Western hero, anti-hero character. You could easily do the old Kurt Russell in a busted back to Stone Age. In America, it'll be a Western, literally an old style Western. Kurt Russell did Clint Eastwood's voice. He modelled Plissken's voice on Clint Eastwood, The Man with No Name, and a gazillion other Westerns. He did Clint's voice brilliantly. He did John Wayne for Jack Burton in Big Trouble in Little China. Again, superb stuff from Kurt Russell, King Kurt. The old Kurt Russell could play the old Snake Plissken, living on a ranch, living off the land. He's got like a herd of fucking wildebeest or whatever. I don't know, all American gene splicing and cloning of animals. All shit could have happened. So there could be all sorts of things. You could have Plissken meets Jurassic Park, because we don't know. Escape from New York, Escape from LA. We don't know what the government's been doing. These corrupt governments have been doing all sorts. These authoritarian states, of America. The police state. Could be doing all sorts of experiments and all that, like something you mess around with, too microscopic, that's like a pinhead, just big enough to open up both your arteries. Something you're fooling around with. So we know they're doing scientific stuff, like Weyland-Yutani, they're messing around. So these things, when he turns the well back to fucking, the Stone Age, you've gone back to primitive times. And I would imagine, and I would love to see, if it ever happened, and it could happen. I mean, I would like this to happen. The old Kurt Russell playing Snake, the old Snake, in a Western environment. No, there's no escape necessarily. You're not gonna fucking escape from anywhere again. You can't give him another time clock and give him a time limit. Really, you could just have him having a final adventure. I've said this so many times. You guys know all this. And Kurt Russell can still do it. He's played the old Western hero several times. You can't count Tombstone. He's not old in that, and he's it's Wyatt Earp, and he's fucking brilliant in it. The film of Tash it's the Tash movie, but he's outstanding. But I would say recent times, but we're talking over 10 years ago now. No, 10 years ish. Hateful Eight and Bone Tomahawk. He's done that. He's done Western characters in many different movies, of course. He can still play Snake Plissken. And he can still run around and still fucking beat someone up. But he can tell a different story. It'd be almost like the wasteland of Mad Max. Everyone's out for like ravaging and pillaging and marauding, tribes banding together. Plissken could exist in that environment. I'm going to move on to what everyone knows what I'm moving on to now. Well, we'll go on this one first. Plissken can still be in a movie. I don't think The Thing should ever be sequelized. I don't reckon at all. You may have different ideas. What the hell? Who am I to say? but I don't fucking want it, and we don't need it. And you know as well as I do that whatever they do, if a thing 2 ever happened, it's going to be shit, isn't it? Isn't it? Look in your heart, look into your soul, think what they're gonna do with it. Think what studios are working to just use this as a cash cow, to fucking feed off this and bring in all the old fans who are gonna fucking despise it with vengeance. AI, CGI, that's all you're gonna fucking use. Oh, we can do AI, and we can do the Kurt Russell from that time from '82, and Keith David.
You are Duke of New York. You're a number 1.
I'm not. I'm Kilt-Man.
You are the Duke of New York. You're a number 1.
I'm not. The Duke of New York is now an Islamic terrorist. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I seriously don't care too much these days. The world is going to ratchet. The Western world is fucking doomed. John Carpenter actually foresaw all this. The decline of the Western world. He has foretold it all in so many different movies and so many different takes on characters and attitudes and styles. He's seen this coming. That's why he's sitting back smoking 50 bifters in his gob at once and playing video games. Oh, I can direct a TV episode from Zoom. He knows what he's doing. He don't give a shit now. And why should he? And I'll go out and do a few gigs, with my son and my godson. I make horror movies. I love horror movies. Is he still doing that mantra? He was playing in LA over Halloween, and I'm sure he came up with that same opening mantra. No, I love Big John. I love him. I always will do. Despite the amount of shit that he said and done in the latter half of his major proper film. Whoa, look at that. Hey! Look, some out of The Wanderers. The thing too, folks, with John Carpenter is not on the cards. Don't fall for it. Stop looking at Facebook. Stop looking at all your social media platforms. They're lying to you constantly. And the thing is, because you look at all these, you're part of these film groups, these movie groups, these fan base groups, they're targeting you now with the thing you love. And they're making you start falling for it. I don't want you guys being that stupid. You're not. I'm sure you're not. And don't fall for it. Because you start falling for that shit, you'll start falling for other shit. And this is how it all starts. The big slippery slope. We've got you. We've hooked you in. And you look at the names of the people who are doing these things. And it's from so-and-so horror site. So-and-so The Thing best fan club. Fucking whatever. It's all bollock-a-rama. It's bollocks. Yeah, I've got to say, this top, this vest is not the actual, the Plissken one. I've got several of these. I've got the one that Susie Love in San Diego made, which is the shiny sort of. It's brilliant. It's stretchy sort of spandex. I've got that, but do you know what? Even though it's great and I love it and the zips are proper, this is the shirt that this is the vest that my wife did for. It's a Hanes vest, wife beater, and she put the zips into it. And but this one fits me better than the actual one that Susie Love did. And Susie Love's version was the exact version that Kurt Russell bought. But I still love that, and I still wear that for conventions and stuff like. But anyway, but it looks better when you've got the eye patch on. I just couldn't be arsed putting the eye patch on. So it's a bit of a ranty one, but take from this what you will. I care not. There is no Thing 2 in development. There isn't. There are millions of people who are trying to get a Thing 2 done, and have been for 20 odd years, if not more, and it's never happened. Carpenter is not involved in it. If any modicum of involvement he would have, he'd be doing the soundtrack, because Ennio Morricone, El Maestro, is dead, so they couldn't bring him back. But John Carpenter could do the soundtrack. He's still doing soundtracks for other people's movies. Death of a Unicorn, I did a video about this. His soundtrack was thrown out at the very end, but he's releasing it individually. He's going to do it himself. He owns the rights to that score, so we're going to get that score to a film which none of us ever bothered watching, because it sounded like utter shit to me anyway. But Carpenter scored, oh, that's going to be great, and it got thrown out. But he's going to release it. There'll be more Lost Themes, probably another Anthology 3, remixes of the main themes and certain other tracks from his scores. And he's still touring, and he's doing other people's soundtracks. And he's now producing another TV show. So, you know, he's a busy boy. Is he going to take time out? He's fucking 78, whatever his fucking age is now. And like, Christ almighty, Kurt Russell. And he's showing Kurt Russell with, like, you know, the eye patches and an AI version of John Carpenter. For fuck's sake. Get a grip, folks. These things ain't happening. They're not happening. You get a third Plissken movie. It's called Plissken.
I said, who are you?
Snake Plissken, Duke. The man sent him in here. Something's going down. We need him.
Plissken. I've heard of you.
And there are fan films all over YouTube of like Plissken's earlier years. Some of them are not too bad. Some of the guy, French, Spanish, Italian versions, like they do Leningrad, you know, and the whole his Siberian War, World War III, war hero and all that, like. And they do that, and it's, you know, they're not too bad. Don't get me wrong, you know. I always admire fan films because, you know, if I could do it, if I could make a fan film, I would do it, but it'd be 3.5 hours long. It'd be like Peter Jackson's King Kong. It'd be like Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Fucking too long and just a love letter. And you'd all be monumentally pissed off. Oh, he's made every single scene even bigger and fucking longer, and he's indulging. That's what I would do. I know that, so that's why I don't do it. I also can't film, can't direct. I can write though, I can do that. But The Thing 2, we don't need it. We don't need it. Keep The Thing as the masterpiece. Just don't do any more. Can you imagine doing a TV show? I can see that actually happening. A Thing 2 movie, less so, but a TV version, I could see that taking place, where you'd have like, it'd almost be like The Walking Dead, but with the shape-shifting dead, the assimilating dead. It'd be like that, little environs of people who were like doing blood tests, continually blood tests, checking for, you know, you got fill-ins in, you know, are you still wearing the same jacket you were before and you went out, you know, and all this kind of crap. You'd be doing all this shit continually. And you have all like, blah, blah, blah. But the point of the movie is, if the Thing got to an urban environment, to civilization, it would take over. You know, you wouldn't be able to stop it. What's the word I'm looking for? Not excommunicated. Exponential. It'd be exponential, and you wouldn't be able to combat that whatsoever. It would take over everything. If it's took over you and you and you, and then you and you and you take over them and them and them and you and you and you non-binary motherfuckers and all that kind of shit. You fluid gender fucking things. You know, if I was a thing, I wouldn't touch them. Fuck that. Be fucking spitting acid on them. Fuck you. You know. Because even things have standards, you know, and they know what gender they are. So it would be done and dusted. You couldn't fight. The thing gets civilization. That's the point. It can't. You can't fight it. It will take over everything in the blink of an eye. Or 77,000 fucking hours as Blair works out. But you can't trust Blair. Can't trust him. Although, you know, according to him, you know, watch Clark and watch him close. You hear? We fucking love that. I love that. He's doped up as well. Like, and it's just Wilford Brimley does it brilliantly. He's a great character actor in everything he's ever been in. Cocoon, fucking Hard Target as well. Like, oh, there's so many other movies. Like, and he's a proper actor. He's a proper cowboy. Look at him. You can't believe. I know he's gone now, but he's a rodeo rider. You know, this guy could fucking break in, you know, Mustangs and all sorts. He's a wrangler. He knew what to do. Look at me like, how the fuck could you ride that? But he can. Because he's the thing. That's why. Oh. I have to get this out of my system. I had to do it because you don't realise. I wake up to. I've got a lot of mates who message me all the time, like mates from the YouTube channel who I've met via this channel, who message me, and I've got, you know, mates from, you know, who I know all around the world who I've met. I've been alongside in various environments. I know them, and I wake up and there's. You know, there's oftentimes, you know, 50, 60 messages. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, you know. But the last 2 mornings, it's been this. And I'm like, I've had enough. I've done it now, haven't I? Tomorrow morning, all I'm gonna get is this. Big John or King Kurt message me and tell me if any of this is actually true. Any of it at all. We know that Big John, God love you, sir, you would sell body parts for a bit of moolah. Because you've done that. You sold all the rights to every character in all your movies. Remorselessly. You did. And Blumhouse took most of them. The Fog remake. Oh, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. Why? All together now. Cause it's shite. Shite. Yeah. And remakes of Carpenter's movies have been utter shite. The prequel to The Thing has merit. It's a nice idea, but it does ruin the greatest, creepiest, eeriest elements of The Thing, the Norwegian camp. Not Swedes, man, the Norwegian. You know, it ruins all that by telling the backstory. You don't need the backstory to be told. But having said that, if you're going to do any new sort of version of The Thing edition, that would be the one to do, not a follow-on. The ending of The Thing is the most perfect, most ambiguous, most brilliant ending that there has ever been to a movie, especially a genre movie. The two of them at the asshole of the world. Whether one's a thing or not, they're both going to freeze before the rescue team gets there. The Thing wants to win and I'll be defrosted and I'll wreak havoc again. But we don't know. I mean, I've always said, and right from '82 when I first saw the movie, I thought both Childs and McCready were humans. They weren't The Thing. I know he's got a different jacket on. continuity, and everyone's agreed to that. Stuart Cohen, the editor, Bill Lancaster, the screenwriter, John Carpenter, they've all said, and even David Keith, whatever his fucking name is, you know who I mean, Childs. So like, it was continuity, and but you can't see so and so breathing. You can see them breathing perfectly well. Stop clinging to that fucking stupid belief. And Carpenter and Lancaster made the film, Stuart Cohen made the film so you didn't know. Because they don't know, it wasn't written that either one of them was the thing, or they both were, or they're both human. It wasn't written. It's meant to leave it to you, the audience, you, the viewer. Make up your own mind. You enjoy it, and like, oh my God, I've got to think. I've got to use my own brain and my own imagination. Oh God, I can't do that. Please spoon feed me. I need information. So of course, social media then takes over. So well, you can see one's breathing and one's not breathing, and like, oh, okay. And he gives in the bottle of J&B, but it's a Molotov cocktail and all that. Fuck off. I've said all along, it's a chess game. A white man, a black man. McCready plays chess at the start, computer chess, and he's a sore loser as well, like as we know. I do think it's a bit stupid that he's sitting there in his shack. He always plays this game, computer chess, all the time. You think so? We have the deleted scenes of his inflatable sex doll. Yeah, there are deleted scenes of that, and there's loads of stills of it. So your big hero, yeah, he's been shagging a bit of fucking plastic. Yeah, dirty motherfucker, So he's playing computer chess, and by the time we're drinking J&B and all that, like, and but he loses. So he fucking pours his whiskey into it and destroys the machine. It's just stupid moments, but it's a character building moment. It shows like, well, he doesn't like to lose. He's a fucking sore loser, and he'll play dirty to win at the end of the day. And I like that. So I think that moment works in that context, which is clearly what it's all about. And throughout the movie, he and Childs are at loggerheads so many times, black and white, and they fight. And the whole film is about the chess game of deception and strategy and tactics, and then getting it wrong and being unraveled and being beaten, stalemate and all that, and then checkmate, inevitably. But at the end, it's stalemate and it's black and white. And if you do look, the chess table is there, in the background and all that. It was meant to, it's sitting at it, I think, for one thing. So you've got this whole chess game element, but black and white, very, very polarizing, of course. It's the South Pole, it's polarizing. And again, it's Carpenter putting in politics, his belief system. And you can't improve on that. Where would you go? Whatever you do with a new version, a sequel to the thing, it's gonna, well, it won't be better than the thing. So we know that already. It can't be. It won't be. By virtue of what it is, it will not match a masterpiece. It cannot do it. So what can it do? Emulate and try to take some traits and go somewhere else, and it won't be anywhere as good. So don't fucking put your beliefs in this. It can't happen. Ugh. Ugh. I wish I could transform right now and infiltrate Hollywood and just fucking assimilate them all and make them all wear kilts. No, I don't. When I think about that, there can be only one. That'll be me. Alright. And the Highlander reboot, remake, Henry Cavill, fucking whatever, fucking hurt himself in pre-production, and now it's been set back by about over almost a year. It's not. They're not going to start filming it again until 2026. Henry Cavill is like the kiss of death to everything. How many films and stuff and projects has his name been attached? I like the guy, but he is like the fucking kiss of death to something everything. We're gonna end in the Snake Shake. The grooviest, funkiest. This was meant to be the end title to Escape from New York, but Carpenter realised that it's too upbeat. My film is not upbeat. It does sound like a Snake sort of funky disco synth pop ditty. I love it, but it wouldn't have worked. So of course, in the end, the main theme, became the end theme as well. This was meant to be the end theme. Right, when this finishes, we're ending. El Ranto over. I know. But these two movies, these John Carpenter, Kurt Russell, they're my heroes. I grew up loving these guys, and I still love them to death. And despite John Carpenter's massive fall and loads of things that he said and done which I don't like, he has shaped the way my life has gone. I kid you not, he has shaped the way my life's gone. So has Mel Gibson, of course, in other different ways. But Martin Riggs, Mel Gibson, Mad Max. Fucking, I do all these things and so I still stand by these guys. But I despise the modern world for these are cult favourites, but they don't make money out of these. We can just do a new version. Kurt Russell's not gonna. As I outlined, a western busted back to the Stone Age, a western frontier adventure story with Kurt Russell as the aged Snake Plissken. He can still do it, but you gotta do it fucking quickly. I always said you could do, King Conan with Arnie again, but the years ago, for the last fucking 6-7 years on the channel, I've been saying that you could do another Conan movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. But right now, folks, you can't. You're going to have to use enormous amounts of AI and CG to do that. Unless you do what I said, he's at the opening and the closing, and he's telling a story about another campaign where he became the king of Aquilonia, which is the whole point of how he became King Conan. You could do that. And Arnie could be the old guy bookending the story, and then at the end of it, there are usurpers, and he has to come up and old guy fights, and Arnie could still do that. He couldn't carry an entire movie because he is too old now. It does not look good. Whereas Kurt is a bit younger, and Kurt could do it. Kurt can hide a lot with fucking facial foliage. He grows massive beards, and he's got an eye patch on. He could fucking do it. Folks, comment below, let me know what you think about this bullshittery, this news which is no news at all, and it's me combating the no news with a bit of no news itself. It is what it is, folks. It is what it is. I despair of social media. We all know how bad it can be, and I'm not going to touch on all the other stuff anymore. I may have done already. I don't know, but I can't remember. But now they're hitting on us, the movie fans, the cult fans, and they're taking the piss out of us. Oh, fuck them. Just block these guys. Look at the names who are putting these things up under the guise of like a horror site. Look at the names who are putting them up, and there's fucking millions of them. There's a fucking horde. It's all created by AI, of course. They just generated fucking names. Blockety block. Blocko. And don't look at them. Look at videos of cats playing, and then you get bombarded with videos of cats playing. Look at videos of things that you want to look at, and you'll get that coming instead of all this shit. But of course, you know, everyone that messaged me were like, "Oh my god, The Thing 2, Escape from Chicago. Fuck off. You know, fuck off. You know, just fuck off. You know, just fuck off from Chicago. It's easy. You know, done it myself. Don't have to escape. Just fucked off from it. Like, I'm clicking on social media and stuff like that. And you can pick and choose what you look at. You open the floodgates to things. If you click on it, then you'll get bombarded with the things you don't like, and then, but oh my god, I've got to look at this, and and that's what happens. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. You're in charge. You don't have to do it. Turn your phone off. Do that once in a while. Turn your fucking phone off for a bit, and like just, you know, fling it to one side. Except when you're watching Kilt-Man videos, obviously. Here's the main theme, of course, which is just awesome. You know, would Snake fall for any of this shit? Think about Snake. Think about what Snake epitomizes. He was a warrior. He got indoctrinated into the American military system. I got indoctrinated into the British military system when it worked, when it was brilliant, when it wasn't wokerized. And I loved it. I loved it. So Plissken goes into World War III, Leningrad. He's a fucking hero. His eye gets, it's not being shot out. It's poison gas which has eroded his eye. So he wears the eye patch and all that, like. And but then he comes back to America, like Vietnam veterans came back to America, which hated them, poured skull and baby killers and all that bullshit. Like, but the America that he came back to despised him. You know, even though he got purple hearts and fucking all sorts of like war decorations. You know, he thought, well, this is shit. You don't really care. You're sending people to die. So, well, I'll look after myself and my chosen bunch of bezzy mates, and we're going to take the piss out of you. We're going to rob banks. We're going to take the piss out of the man, and that is, of course, John Carpenter, basing a character on his own attitude. And Kurt Russell was massively in tune with that. So Plissken is, you know, the greatest anti-hero, I think. Clint Eastwood plays many anti-heroes. The Man with No Name, the spaghetti westerns, the Dollar trilogy especially. That's where Kurt Russell drew his inspiration from, and you know, John Carpenter. So they put a western character into a futuristic neo-noir dystopian future, and let him wreak havoc and take the piss, which he does, right, royally. Oh god, I've gone on too long. I've got to stop now. A, because I'm hungry. B, because the rest of the family are hungry. So, gotta cut it short now and go and eat. So, folks, I have been always trying to kill man. Please, in the meantime, it's ever like, don't fall for AI and CG and fucking social media BS. Oh, how many fucking little acronyms gotta put in there? Don't fall for it. It's crap. There is no Thing 2. There is no Escape from Chicago. There's nothing happening at all. Don't get worked up and don't fucking pester me with it. Okay? And then we'll get along fine. Right, I'm gonna see you all. fool, for fuck's sake. Fucking leaders. I heard you were dead. I fucking wish I was sometimes.